All right, welcome to the Weekly Wiener. This one I'm very excited for you guys to hear.
Me too.
Another thing you now have to relive.
Oh my God. I went on a date at the beginning of the year. So, okay, let me say this. I'm off the dating apps. I don't do them.
Yes.
I can't. I think they're terrible for us. If you're out there and you're in a relationship, congratulations, you've made it. If you aren't, don't be on the apps. Do it the old school way. Chloroform and I don't know. It's like chlorophyll. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, I went on a date. It was on. I don't even want to name the dating site.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But it was one of the ones that's supposed to be a better one.
Okay.
So
you were optimistic.
Well, yeah. I mean, this was the beginning of the year. Single guy coming into the year. And so I matched with. So let me preface this. Normally, it's very hard for men. I'll just talk for me because I'm a man.
You are man. Which I think everyone thinks you're gay now from our intro.
Yeah.
So I forgot to specify.
I'm straight. I'm straight unless Hollywood or anybody wants to put me in a movie, then I'll
sucking a dick.
Yeah. If the Illuminati wants to come by, no. I'm swiping. I usually swipe when I'm lonely or on the toilet, which more times than not is usually the same time.
Got it.
It's just so lonely on the toilet. It's just you. You're just by yourself. So I'm.
That's when I meditate.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Meditate. All right, we'll go into the.
Yeah,
we'll go into that. Yeah. Stay with it. Weekly Wiener. So I matched with this girl, and she is attractive. Mm-hmm. She's not medium ugly. She's okay, but
medium plus.
She's plus sized.
Okay, so medium plus.
Yeah. We would just call that large. She has giant boobs.
Cool.
Which is just enough for sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're lonely.
Yeah, you like boobs.
I'm an ass man.
Oh.
But look, it is what it is. I'm not gonna turn away a body part. So
definitely not two.
No. And also being an ass man, that does make me sound like I'm gay again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this will let the audience question.
Everyone comment below if you think Aaron is gay or not.
Oh, great. Guess who's not reading the comments? I don't read comments anyway.
Don't.
Yeah, right. So we match and we agree to meet up. Now, she says, let's meet up at like 7:00. By the way, how long do you want this story? Because I can make it the whole thing. I can make it 10 minutes. What do you want?
Whatever you want. We have time.
I'll shorten it up a little bit. So she's like, can we meet at 7? I was like, well, I'm coming from a gig, so I can't do 7. I can do a little later. Now, usually I'm pretty, I'm trying to like meet someone halfway, not just location wise, but also like what times,
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I said, well, how, like 8:30, I could do 8:30. And she's like, that's too late. And I don't care. So I said, well, that's as early as I can get there. Take it or leave it. Mm-hmm. And I thought she was going to match me. And she said, okay, let's do it. I said, oh, okay. So now I don't want to say her real name and I don't want to say her name at all. But I will say I need to make a name up because it's important for this part of the story. Now, her name on her like profile was Ella. Okay. So she said, I made a reservation for a place in Hollywood. I'll meet you there. I said, okay, great. I noticed her name's Ella. I'm assuming she put it under her name or my name. So I get to this restaurant and it's 8:30 when I said I was going to meet her. And I'm waiting in the lobby and I'm just waiting for her to show up. It's 8:30. I'm there a little early. It's 8:30. 8:30 comes rolling around. She's not there. 8:40. still not there. So now in my mind, I go, I think I should just go. I think I should just leave.
Yeah. Your intuition's like,
I was
just
like,
run for it.
Well, it was just like, you know what? We didn't have any text communication. We're only talking on the app, which is always frustrating. So I don't have her number. I don't have her email, nothing. So I'm searching back on the app. No response, no, update. So it's 8:45. And I decide, let me just make sure that we even have a reservation. Because I think I'm just like, well, it's, in 15 minutes, maybe you should have said that when you first got there, but I didn't. I was waiting. So I walk up to the host stand and I say, reservation for 2 for Ella. And she goes, we don't have a reservation under that name. And I was like, okay, what about for Aaron? And she's like, nope. And I was like, oh,
Weird.
okay. So this is all a fucking joke. And I just did a show and I actually did good. So I've got a little bit of confidence. Doesn't happen often.
Hold on to it.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then the door opens and she walks in and she's like, oh, hey, hi. And we say hello. And she tells me, I said, oh, she says, sorry, I'm late. I was looking for parking and I was just trying to get my stuff together. I said, yeah, okay, no problem. And so she says, table for 2 for Rita. And I was like, your name's not Rita. She goes, well, that is my name. I use a fake name for the hinge.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay. Respect that, women's privacy, not giving numbers out. I get it. Now, I want to say something because she looks nice. She looks like her photos. She's given a little bit of like, she's got there's something shady about her.
Okay.
It's like she's just not. I don't know. Anyways, so we sit down and she's like, okay, let's order. She's like, oh, by the way, she's Russian. And Moroccan. So she has this, I'm not going to do the accent, but she has like a kind of an accent. And the accent's not making her shady. I can tell she's like, something's up. So, and I'm pretty good judge of character.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, do you have any, like, you're not like Hollywood. You'll eat whatever, right? You're not like, you eat dairy, you eat meat and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't really have any dietary restrictions. We're good. And she's like, okay, good. Because I wouldn't want to go further if you were going to like tell me that you had first dates are weird. I'm like kind of, when's the last, it's like, it's so long ago for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like, there's a weird kind of, it feels like an interview.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You're waiting for you guys to settle.
Yeah, and for me, I'm just like, I'm along for the ride. I'm easygoing. If you know me in real life, it's just like, whatever. Okay. So she starts ordering, and then she says, you're going to drink, right? And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah, I'll have a drink. Okay. What do you like to drink? I said, well, I was thinking about getting a Moscow Mule. And she's like, no, we're going to drink white wine. I was like, oh, okay, well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just very kind of like dominant in that regard. And I'm like easygoing. I'm not going to like,
You're not gonna get walked over.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fight this.
Yeah.
She wants to drink white wine, we'll drink white wine. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get laid. That's always the underlining of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is if I play my cards right, maybe not tonight, eventually I'm gonna get laid.
Okay.
Which is dating in Hollywood. Okay. So
yeah, if anyone listening is like, what the fuck? That's just honesty.
yeah, I mean
Every guy that's going on a dating app.
By the way, no one's saying what the fuck. Everyone knows that's how it goes. Unless you're in a relationship, then you're like, what the fuck? So we're hitting it off. We're eating. We're having a good time. I can tell she is very set in her ways on things. She knows what she wants. Not a bad thing.
No.
Just that's who she is. And so, we're talking. She's asking me questions. I'm asking her questions. Everything is just like not, she's not answering. I'm like, what do you do for work? Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's very like vague.
Oh,
okay.
Weird.
And so I'm thinking she's not interested. Like, it's fine. We'll eat dinner. I'll drink some wine. We'll go our separate ways. So, and I'm just being myself. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And so she's like, the food, I'm going to take it to go. Is that okay? I was like, yeah, take it. I don't care. I don't want it. You know what I mean?
She wants to take all the food to go.
I mean, it was like a couple slices of pizza left and like a little bit of the pasta or whatever. Is fucking take it. I don't care. So, so I go, okay, well, this was fun. Nice to meet you. And she goes, well, let's go. I like you. Let's go somewhere else. I was like, okay, yeah. Like, another time. Or she's like, no, let's go. You drive. We'll go somewhere else. And I was like, I guess the accent would be better if I did the accent because it's a little bit more. But she's just like, no, you drive.
Oh yeah.
She's like Moroccan. She's Russian. She's like, she goes, no, you would park close. You drive. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So now we wrap up. I pay for dinner. We're walking to my car. I'm not far. And she goes, she gets in the car and I drive away. And she's like, okay, you're going to go down Santa Monica until I tell you to. I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
And then I turn the car to like flip a U-E and I look over and she's gone into her purse and she's got a bottle of wine. Like the ones on an airplane.
Yeah.
Like on JetBlue. Yeah. And she's drinking it. And I'm like, hey, like I'm being nice. I'm trying to be nice, And I'm like, hey, like you can't drink that in my car while I'm driving. She's it's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. And I was like, no, that's not fine.
Yeah.
That's how DUIs happen. Like I will get a DUI for you having an open container or I'll get a fine. For sure. Right. And she's like, no, don't worry. If a cop comes, I throw it out the window or whatever. I'm like, that's not how this works. So I put my foot down and I go, listen, I pull the car over. I go, look, put the fucking wine away. Put it away. And when we get there, you can drink it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, fine. Okay. You're going to be a pro. She like made a fuss about it. So we're driving. We're not going far. She's like, she won't tell me where we're going. She's just like, okay, make a left, then make a right. I'm like, okay. And I notice when we get to the area, she's like, okay, find parking. So I find like a meter. And I get to the area. I'm like, I know this area. I've been here before. I don't remember when, but I know the area. Mm-hmm. And then we park and we're walking. We cross the street. It's dark. It's like 11 o'clock. We ate dinner at 8:30, 9:30, 10. Yeah, it's like 10:45. Okay. And she's like, we're going to a bar. And I was like, okay. And then we're walking. She goes, hold on. She goes into her purse and she pulls out a baggie. And she opens the baggie and she takes it in her nail and she starts snorting cocaine on the street. And I'm like, and she's like, do you want? And I was like, no, I don't want. And she was like, oh, you don't do cocaine? And I was like, no, I've never done cocaine. And I'm not going to do it right now. It's not the first. It's not the first. I would if the situation were to present itself in the right way, I might try it. Like if I'm in like Colombia and I'm at a drug lord's house and he's it's like the purest cocaine and maybe. But this is not the time. I'm not doing it with some big titty Russian chick on the side of Argyle or whatever in Hollywood. So she goes, hey, it's enough. It's enough for me. This baggie will last me like a month or two, And I'm like, okay, cool. So then we go to this bar and it's one of these bars that's I'm definitely the oldest at. And now by the way, she's 2 years older than me. Okay. So
does she look younger or does she look
she looks a little like maybe in her 30s. Okay. And like early 30s. And we're too old to be in this bar. It's a Thursday night. She's done cocaine and now we're walking into a bar at 10:45, okay? So she's like, let's get a drink. And I was like, okay, we get a drink. And then I say, I made a joke. I go, oh, can I have a Moscow Mule now? Because she wouldn't let me have a Moscow Mule. She goes, yes, you can have a Moscow Mule. So she gets a glass of wine. We go to find a place. It's all 20-something, like early 20-somethings. I'm not feeling comfortable being at this bar at all. Yeah. We find like a little couch area And we're sitting down. I have my drink. She has her wine. We can't really talk. It's loud. There's a lot of music and people making noise. And she starts doing cocaine right in front of, I mean, it's like nobody's really paying attention because it's a bar. Things are happening. But she's just got this baggie. And like every 15 minutes, she's just doing cocaine. Now, I lived in LA. I've lived in LA over 20 years. I have, for the first decade, I never saw anybody do cocaine. I only heard about people going to bathrooms or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and you know, it's just, it's kind of jarring.
It is.
It's a little bit like, oh, we're just doing that now.
Yeah.
And then to do it not in a bar, like not in a bathroom or the back of like she's just like sitting down where people are smoking. She's smoking cigarettes. She's doing cocaine. She's drinking. I'm trying to. It's the and I now I'm feeling. Now I'm going. Okay, you know what? This is not worth trying to get laid. Yeah. I'm not going to sit around and waste my time. I got to wrap this shit up. So I go to use the restroom, and I get up and I go to take my drink with me, and she goes, "No, leave your drink." And I was like,
"What?"
Yeah. She goes, no, leave your drink. And I was like, I'm not going to leave my drink. I'm going to take my, she goes, no, it's fine. It's fine. I watch it for you. I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm never going to drink that anymore. So I go to the bathroom. I come back and she's like, we're talking. She's doing more cocaine. I mean, until I make a joke. I go, well, that baggie's not lasting a month.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I have another baggie. Like, it's fine. I told you she had big tits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big
I just wanted to. Just want to know when everybody's going. Why hasn't he gotten up and left? There's a reason. So I decide. You know what? I'm gonna burn it down. I'm just gonna. I try to like make contact with her, like sitting kind of closer to her to talk to her. At one point, she like pushed my leg away to not. I was trying to get close. At some points, I was trying to get close just to talk to her because it was so loud. And then she like pushed my leg away and I was like, oh, okay. And then she like put her arm around me. It was very like
whatever she wanted.
Yeah. And okay, that's fine. So now I'm like, it's 1:30, 1:40. I don't know how long we were there. We were there an hour and a half or so. Okay. No, it wasn't 1:30 because it was a weeknight. It was probably closer to like 1.
All right. It's getting late. It's
late.
Well,
they called last call. And now I'm going, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm like, well, this has been fun, And she's like, no, it's not. The night is not over.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, yeah, she's coked. She's coked and drunk. She's drunk too. She's drunk. She's had a lot of wine. We drank a bottle at the bar. I mean, at the restaurant, and then she was drinking. I had a couple sips of my drink before I decided not to drink it. And she even said that at one point. She's like, you're not going to drink anymore. I was like, I have to drive. I can't drink. And she's like, oh, I understand. Okay. So she's like, come to my apartment and do karaoke with me. And I was like, it's getting late. I got to get up early. She's like, no, come on. It'll be fun. One song. Come on, please. Can you at least give me a ride to my apartment? I go, yeah, sure. I'll give you a ride to your apartment. So she's like, it's not far. And she was right. It wasn't that far. And so we get to her apartment and I'm looking for parking. I find a spot and we get out. She's got her food with her.
I forgot about the food.
Yeah. She had her food. And so we walk into her apartment and it's an older building. It's like not gated, but locked, like a lot of these buildings in Hollywood are. And we get to her front door and she's like, oh, by the way, backtrack. She told me because I asked her like, what she would do for work. She didn't tell me, but she told me that she lived alone. She lived in a 2-bedroom alone. I was like, okay. So she opens the door. Now, remember, she's coked out of her mind, so she thinks she's a vampire now. And I go, to turn on the light, and she goes, no, leave the light off. And I was like, oh, okay. And I walk into her apartment, and there is no furniture in the living room.
Did you think you were going to get murdered?
Okay. Yes. So this is where the story gets interesting.
Oh.
I look up after she opens the door, and I look up, and there's no furniture in her living room. Okay? And it's past, it's like 1:30, 2 in the morning. Like, I'm getting nervous.
Death by titties.
So, man, this is a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. So I go, oh, did you just move in? She's like, no, I've been here for years. And I was like, why don't you have any furniture in your apartment? She goes, no, because I'm never in here. I'm in my room. And I was like,
Oh, God.
okay. She goes, we're just going to go into my room. And I was like, okay. And so now we're walking from her living room with no furniture. I just want to repeat that a couple times. It wasn't like there was a little bit of furniture, like a love sack and like a TV. There was nothing in the living room.
Oh, no.
Not a plant, not a nothing. Okay?
Got it.
And we're walking towards her bedroom. And I notice it's the bedroom, another door that's shut, and another door that's shut. And we walk in, and so we go into her bedroom. She shuts the door behind her. And I was like, I have to use the restroom. And she goes, yes, I need to get into something more comfortable. And I was like, okay. And she's like, the restroom is, it's the first door when you walk out. So I open up her door. Now, the way it's set up is I open up her door. To the left is the bathroom door. And straight ahead, facing each other, is another closed door with a lock on it.
Oh.
So I go to open the bathroom door. I go inside. And now I'm scared. So I pull out my phone and I shared my location with my best friend.
Oh my God.
I've never done that before.
That's terrifying.
I now know what it's like to date as a woman in Hollywood.
It's exactly what it's like.
Right. So I share my location. I put my phone away. And then I get a text. And it's my friend. And he says, what the fuck are you doing sharing your location? I was like, I'll explain later. So I use the restroom. I wash my hands. I come back in to the room and she has a bottle of wine in her hand. And she's wearing like a silk nightie. Like,
oh my God. A sexy.
Yeah, like whatever. I don't like the shoe, the strings here.
Yeah.
A nightie.
Yeah.
Like,
no one wears that alone. This isn't the 60s, so it's a sexy night.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm scared, though. I don't know if I'll be able to get hard. And she's just, her body's crazy. She's got these giant boobs that are real. And, and so, like, my mind is like, what, I don't have a gun, but I have a dick. I don't know what's
what's gonna work.
So we lay on the bed, like we're sitting on the bed, not laying on the bed. We're sitting on the bed because she doesn't have any furniture in her. It's just a bed, a refrigerator, like closet mirrors that are
like a mini fridge.
Yeah, to keep alcohol and water. She says, "Do you want something to drink?" I was like, "I'm good." And then she has like one of those karaoke like microphones that it's
all
like
in
it's like a Bluetooth thing.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, I felt like in Barbie when he pulls out the guitar to sing.
Yeah.
And like the girl's like sitting on the bed with her legs. Like that's me. I'm the person on the, like, I'm like listening actively to her like singing, and she's singing like Amy Winehouse and she's drinking and, and she's got her little nightie on and she's singing Valerie or whatever. And I'm like, yay.
This is a hostage scene where you pretend like it's good so you don't get killed.
Yeah. I'm a little bit like, I'm just going to play along here until I can make an exit. Like I'm going to be like, oh fuck, I gotta, and so, she's like, she sings another song, and I'm like, okay. And she's, doing more cocaine. Oh my
God.
And so then, she says to me, no, I want you to sing a song. And I was like, nah, I'm just being here for support.
Yeah.
Support. And she's like, no, sing a song. Come on, do it.
You're gonna sing a song.
Do a rap. And I was like, nah, I don't do that. I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to sing. And she goes, do you know the song Regulate? And I was like, yeah, by Nate Dogg and Warren G. Of course, I'm a California guy. Of course I know that. She goes, oh, can you do that? Do that song? And I was like, I don't know the song. I don't want to do it. I don't want to sing. And she's like, if you sing that song, I will suck your dick. And I was
the
like,
weirdest thing.
and I was like, it was a clear black night, a clear white moon, so I do the song, and then, and then she's like, yay, yay, yay. And then she like takes my hand and she like lays back on the bed with me. So like I'm clothed, I'm clothed, and she's in a little nightie, and she has my hand and she pulls me back to the edge of the bed, like the headboard, and we're sitting against the headboard. And then she puts her head on my chest, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'm not as scared anymore because I'm thinking with my dick now. Mm-hmm. And she falls asleep. And
How did she fall asleep?
She was coked out of her mind and drunk. She fell asleep. She was just laying on my chest, and there was music playing on her phone. And she fell asleep, and I hear her snoring, and then she stopped snoring, and she was asleep. And I just I just slid my arm and chest and shoulder away from her, and I laid her down on the bed, and then I went to her bedroom door, and I opened it with my shirt. I didn't want to leave any foot. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I opened it with my shirt. I like tiptoed out. I put my shoes on. I opened the door with my shirt, and I shut the door with my shirt, and I fucking ran to my car. And I got in my car and I drove away. It was like 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
The next morning, I don't know if she's dead. I don't know how to get a hold of her. I don't know if she's dead. I don't know, she drank a lot and she did a lot of cocaine. I don't know.
Oh my God.
So the next morning, I wake up and I don't know if she's dead. I don't have a way to text her. I don't have an email. Mm-hmm. So I look in the app and she messaged me in the app. And she said,
what were you thinking when you saw there was a message?
I was like, well, the first thing is like, she's alive.
Yeah, that's good.
So I open the app and I see the message and I read it, and she says, the leftovers saved me last night. Thank you. And I said, okay, good. Glad that you're okay. Pizza emoji. Mm-hmm. And then she wrote, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah. And then she said, do you like to eat pussy? And I said, yeah. And she goes, okay. And I wrote, I was like, I'm burning it. I'm burning it down. Yeah, I'm gonna like unmatch her. And I go, do you like to suck dick? And she goes, no. And I said, well, then why did you say that if I sang Regulate, you were gonna suck my dick? And she goes, because I knew that, she said something like, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was just trying to be provocative.
Oh my God.
And then I said, cool, or something, like just like really.
Yeah, done.
And then she said, I like you. Would you like to go out again?
Holy
and
shit.
I said, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. But then I unmatched her. Yeah. I did say yes because I wanted her to be like, oh, okay. And then I unmatched her. So